Hi everyone, Davis here, and as always, we are back to drawing. Although there are going to be a couple things. I've made this stream, but actually I feel like I'm going to push something else, but we'll see how far we are going to go. Because I'll be real with you. Oh, wait. Give me a second, of course. Of course. I don't know. Maybe they're going to call me again in a moment. I don't know. I couldn't hear them. It was a doctor's office, so yeah. So, folks, bunch of things. Come to it. First of all, I don't know if I'm going to continue this illustration. I'll be real with y'all. I kind of got disinterested with it. Why? It is because I've took a lot of time to do it. Unfortunately, this is the thing. And if I'm taking a lot of time to work on one illustration, I'm losing interest. That's why I really want to like work in a succession. And if I'm like dropping illustration for some reason, that's it. I'm not coming back to it. I'm just losing interest because I'm in a way where I have rapid progression. And whenever I'm trying to like match styles to my older ones, it's not coming together. You can already see that the styling on Mio is different than the styling on Fubuki. It looks off, right? And I feel like I need to work on the illustration on a bit different way on a bit different scale. Give me a second. God damn it. Everything's out of everything. Okay, I'm sorry. Just too many things happening. Yeah. All right. So here we are. We are going to where I was. I don't remember because of course people can't write to me normal message. Like, who the fuck calls in 21st century? Like, really, is it that difficult to like write a message? God damn it! I hate phone calls. Okay, so that's the thing. Let me send the notifications to Kondachi. We are going to make some progress and patching up with illustrations. Okay. That should be it. Hashtag art, hashtag anime, hashtag manga, hashtag digital painting, hashtag digital art. Okay. that should be enough. So what are we going to do? Because it is going to matter a lot. What are going to be our next steps? There's a reason for that. I'm going to scratch this illustration. Like, scrap this illustration fully. I really like the idea, but I really can't really progress through. And I've used that and like other title just because I feel like it's good. Like, I'm treating every single, let's say, like every single thing in a way that like one illustration is one series for me. That's the thing. So yeah. Also, I've pre-ordered GTA 6. We are going to play on PS5. Yeah. That's that. I've pre-ordered the thing. So yeah, folks. Here we are. We are going to proceed, continue, have fun. We're going to work things. Also, sorry, like my background is really bright, and even my lamps are not really shining as hard. I need like proper, like way stronger ring light than what I have here, because like you can see that there's some light coming from that side, like, but it's not hard enough to like overpower the thing. That's why everything's so dark. So what we are going to do, everyone. I'm going to talk about this illustration. I'm going to explain my issues, mistakes. I'm going to explain things that I've done well, things that I should take to a bit different consideration when it comes to the illustrations. So yeah, basically I'm just going to explain everything that kind of bothers me. Yeah. So first of all, I should never really deep out from this illustration. I should have finished it. And oh well, would I finish the illustration for Clip Studio Paint before, like, finishing it all up before the competition would finish? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's, yeah, that's a very problematic case. So I don't even think if I'm going to work on that illustration. That's something that I'm going to throw out of the window. So that's that. And besides this, I really like the way how we've shaded Mio, but we didn't really touch any proper light source. Yeah. The problem is that everything is like a very compound shape, very compound thing. And I really want to like get into the shading style that Tuna has. This is a very specific shading style, which is realistic, but not really. It has like a lot of things compared to like realism, but it's not necessarily like directly a realism. It has like a lot of, it has those like, like hard lights, soft lights, half shadows, full shadows, quarter shadows. Like everything's just starting to be the thing. It has own shadow and cast shadow. Like basically it uses like every single rule for shading that realism uses. But there's something that I can't really put a finger onto, that it makes it different. So basically I would in general case like start like blur out the like make a gradient, blur out the shadows and lights, right? He doesn't do that. He's using only like flat, like one specific brush, and this one specific brush is soft brush, which he can make the effect, this painterly effect that you have, or as if you would paint with acrylics. And that's exactly the effect I'm looking for. His hairs have very similar thing, but they're much more hair-like than whatever the thing is. I've had this thing going on for a while now. I've had this way to like try to make very simplified hairs. Does it make sense? I don't know. I don't think so. Because like if I'm going, like, here's the thing: if and I'm not kidding, if I'm going to make it like everything else more realistic, I think I should be painting everything else more realistically. And that's another issue that I've had with hers. And his hairs are also not really God knows how difficult. As a matter of fact, I can make, like, I have those shapes, I can work those shapes, and everything that I need is going to be just pushed into one hard direction and nothing else. And basically, like, I'm taking it and I'm making very simple, like, shadows on it. And I'm making this, like, you know, compound shape shading on it. And then I'm making very small highlights, which are, or like very big highlights, depending on the style what I want to achieve. Like, for example, the hairs on this character, right? Here, you see the highlights on those hairs are not really that big. And they are making it much, they're giving much more sense to everything. Right? Also, he's making those like underlying shades because hairs are still compound, but underneath you have much more stuff going on. And I really want to go into that. And I think I know what I'm doing wrong. And I think I know how to make it right. And I think what I'm going to do is going to be trying to go for making. Now, it's going to be very difficult, but here's the thing. I'm going to make a new thing, right? I'm going to make this ball, right? That's like 111, 111, 111. I'm going to make on top of that a new layer. And I'm going to start trying to make shadows on top of it, right? You're going to start seeing me like genuinely working out the shadows in a way that those would actually work. And I'm not doing this because you know, I want to like get back to the realism or anything like that. Because like this is very realistic element, right? Like very hard shadow here and like bounce light coming off of here. And like I'm using right now the same technique that he would be using, right? So we have the Terminator. I'm getting a phone call again. Give me a second. Okay, just had a update. So tomorrow I'm going to have the because like I have dentist and there's just a bunch of things going on. Like, yeah. Okay. And actually, my dentist thing is not going to be here. But it's going to be on 13th. And here the cleaning I'm going to have is going to be at 40. Okay. I hate it. I hate adult life. Please take me away. I want to be a kid again. I want to attend school. But yeah, so basically we're going to have this, this effect, right? But like the skin is not going to like get back fully. Like it's not going to just, turn fully into that thing. It's just going to like make the shadow slightly brighter. And you can see that effect here, right? You can see that effect here. And then we are going to have highlights, right? So the highlight is going to just appear in a very similar way, right? It's going to come here, and we're going to have something like that. And then it's going to be, there's going to be a hard light for the general highlights, right? So this way we are going to have this whole thing going on, right? And now, I guess I kind of messed up. Give me a second. Let's cut out the light. Yeah, so shadows are going to become multiply layer. And you can see that it's still like, kind of popping off there, right? And we are going to have light as overlay. And if I'm going to change the color of my ball, right? I'm taking the ball, I'm going to change the color to my skin tone. You can see that it's not really doing much, right? Of course, if I do overlay, it's going to give much more sense, but no. Multiply or even color burn, right? Color burn is much more like it, right? And that's genuinely what I would go for, the color burn. So the shading would be the color burn. The highlights would be probably, I don't think it would be color burn or anything else, or like multiply. I don't even think if it would be like lighten. Color dodge, add. I don't think add would work. I think like overlay or soft light would work because like it's going to show a bit more on the thing, right? And then like we are talking about just some further away elements. Also like Reno is kind of like also making this balance, which is like hue and saturation, and sorry, not that correction layer, level correction, which is like just going to turn things, that's supposed to be darker into black, because that's literally what he does. So he has like normal shadows and then he has like darker shadows, which are actually turning black. So for example, like I could even go with that and go again with black on top of it and just make a thing going on here. And at this point, we are not even using the, anything else, right? Like, let's make the gradient like here, right? Because yeah, that's exactly how it will go. I could even make like this, and it would like go like this. So that's like basically how renutinized shading, give or take. Because it's literally giving the same effect like his arm has, right? I mean, the arm of the character that we have here, like here. See that? Literally the same effect. So there's like a bunch of things going on, and I know for sure that the color burn shading is happening on the line art, because it is. It's happening on the line art, and or like, you know, basically as a separate layer, and then he's like making that color burn, and then he, on top of the line art piece, he's making this you know, this new layer that he's correcting the shadows on, right? And making those even darker shadows, and basically like merges everything. And like, of course, like another thing is also those like shadows that we have on the hand here. This line that we have here, right, would, like this one, would also happen on the line art portion, because he's also making everything like, you know, like he's also, or it would be either on line art, or line art would be like totally separate to keep like lines here and everything, and just pushing in the you know, the opacity on top of his like flat color, right? So that would be it. And I want to go into the same way. It's going to like really like stretch out my pipeline, but I really want to push it like that. I'm also working on a 3D model in Blender for my construction Mokujin, right? Construction mannequin. So this construction mannequin is also going to help me speed up the process, because, of course, silly me, no imagination, no possibility to like figure out the 3D dimension thing, because like I don't have that those visuals, and like I can't like just push things through with my head. Like I can't just imagine how the cylinder would rotate. So I'm going to use a 3D model based off of my construction exactly for this whole thing. Of course, like I'm going to keep I wanted to keep feet and hands in simple way, because like Reno Tuna for feet is using planes, but it's going to be possibly impossible for me to make a plane like this. So I'm going to only make the mannequin without hands and feet. I'm going to add those by myself, right? But this is exactly how it's going. So we are dropping this illustration, which is sad. It's sad. Yeah. Because it's beyond saving, it's beyond fixing. I don't like the way how characters look like, so it's just natural way of things, right? Also, I feel like I could make new things, right? I think I could make new things. I think I could work things out, you know, but that's that. I've been also working on the side of other things just to like talk also. I haven't really touched any anime again, but I've like pre-ordered I've pre-ordered GTA 6 that I want to play, and I've got Crimson Desert, which I want to play because apparently the game is long, and I want to play it on streams. But we're going to play Lego Batman. Also, my whole thing changed drastically. Also, we are going to draw random characters, right? Let me get on YouTube. We're going to draw random characters from your requests. Because, well, because this is literally what I want to go for, right? Like I want to do your I want to make your thing going on, right? Your requests, your polls. I'm also using my list, right? So let me make it a to-do list. Character poll. So it's going to be King Boo from Mario, because it's from a friend of mine also, King Boo. So we've got that. But I see only King Boo. I remember there was there's that. There's this. There's that. Okay, the requests were passed on here. A fish and someone wrote really skinny woman. Okay. A really skinny woman. Okay, I guess. So that was the thing. So we didn't get that many requests, I assume. Yeah. So we have in total 3 character polls. We are going to work on them off stream. Sorry, on stream, on the next stream, basically. Which is going to be like, you know, the thing. King Boy is going to be easy. Fish is going to be easy. Really skinny woman is going to be easy, I guess. I guess I'm going to like draw fish as a not as a not as a human, but as an actual animal, as an actual fish. You know. Wait, let me change the thing right now. Cancel the illustration working on secondary planning, working on planning. Okay, also the stream I don't think is going to be that long. I just wanted to share the information on stream right now as I've planned it. This illustration is going to be you know, put off, but we are creeping with huge steps on projects. Huge steps on projects. Because like I'm working out the commissions. I'm almost done with one commission. I'm almost done with another commission too. This commission is slightly longer, but you know. And I finished Davis's Art Academy first 3 scenarios. I want to record them on weekend. We are going to see how far it's going to go. I want to work on them on weekend. We are going to try out and, you know, find out, right? Well, another thing that I feel what we're going to work on is going to be most likely trying to speedrun through my portfolio. Because I'm going to probably like finish a lot of stuff on today's stream. Like the King Boo, the fish, right? Those are going to be very easy. And I think for all of those, we are going to try to also directly make the coloring, the shading that I want to make, right? Just to test things out. But I'm also going to like try to work out the streaming schedule for the next week soon. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. we are going to play Lego Batman. There will be no additional stream tomorrow because I'll have like a bunch of, you know, additional stuff, a bunch of additional things basically. So that's that. So that's the whole thing, right? And we are going to do the game dev where we are going to design races and classes, and it's going to be more realistic push. Now, what is going on and why you know, why I'm in the place where I am. Rino Tuna can actually really make a huge difference between more realistic and less realistic characters. Making it more anime and less anime, more stylized and less stylized, which is also something I really want to do. Because, like, for example, this illustration, right? I really want to push a very similar way of work. I really want to do a lot of those, how to say this, a lot of those like more realistic pieces too. And this is exactly what's going to be happening. I'm going to make, or even here, like this, right? This one is like very realistic. And basically I want to do that because I so basically, oh sorry. So basically, I was talking with the project manager for The Witcher 4 from art project manager, right? Due to this focusing around art, he's very oriented around this whole thing, and basically, I want to how to say this. I want to basically figure out um I want to basically figure out things associated with realism too, because this is something that he mentioned that I lack in my portfolio. He said that most likely, if I want to get into game dev, I need to show realism, not stylized drawings. Stylization, and I do understand why and where they are coming from. And hear me out. Stylization is again nothing like I'm going to say that again because like I've already mentioned it several times throughout the streams. Stylization is nothing else but a stylization is nothing else but a realism which was changed into basically into whatever you want, right? Like you can change form of the eyes, you can change form of the noses, you can change like form of the shading. It's all stylization, but it's all offshooting from realism, and they want to see realism. And if I can like make, for example, very similar thing to what Huion did there, right? Like oh, here's the like my output on the realism, yada yada yada. Cool. They're going to look at it like, okay, he has some style to it, but he's drawing realistically. Okay, cool. And this is literally what I want to do for my portfolio and what I want to do for my group, like designs for the game dev. That's why we are going to operate on that. And what we are going to do on the game dev is going to be making several races. I'm going to still write them down because I still want to do things, but because like I want to make races have their own boosts, right? So for example, like elves are going to be more agile and more magic oriented, which is going to result with them having more damage as archers and mages. It will result with more special characters, with more special heroes attacking our dungeon from those areas too, right? Humans are going to be all the way around. Also classes, right? I think we are going to do 4 classes, right? Because nothing else goes around this. So cleric, archer, cleric, rogue, wizard, and warrior, but several races like human, elf, orc, dwarf, and bunch of others. I think I'm going to also add them. Like it's all going to like have its own like goods and bads. That's that. And yeah, that'll be it. And really, don't take me wrong. I'm going to do those character polls. I want to keep on going with character polls. Keep gathering like anime characters, video game characters, right? Whatever. But I also want to like start focusing on the projects. I also want to start focusing on stuff that I want to do, like comic books, games. I feel like if I'm going to spend more time on those on stream, I'm going to have much more way to work through those, like progress on them. And graphics is literally the only thing that's left from the game. I'm about to also after the stream like make first 3 scenarios for first 3 chapters. I need to just see because I've already got like more or less the idea how I want everything to go. I've got like the story direction. I've got in total 7 arcs for now. I'm going to add my own arcs. But I've also got sagas that were not originally in the actual arcs of the story, and I've added much more chapters to the sagas than those were in the original story. So first saga is going to have probably 1 volume with 9 chapters. Um, another saga is probably going to have 2 volumes, kind of split into 2, because it's going to have 10 chapters, 5 chapters for each volume, because there's going to be like a shift between some stuff. Maybe I'm going to add some chapters to that, because I think I want to make 10 chapters per how to say this, 10 chapters per thing, right? Like I want to make 10 chapters per um 10 chapters per volume. And I think if we're going to work around that, it's going to be cool. And like of course we're going to have several volumes, yada yada yada. So yeah. For now I have 20 chapters in total already planned. First saga is going to probably have like 5 sagas. We're also going to look into that. Because like at first I want to push the story around slightly. So yeah. For now we are going with the Fallen Angel chapters, so that's going to be it. And yeah, yeah. I guess, considering that the stream is going to be, it's just like kind of, oh, we are going to do this, and that. Like, cool, right? Also, I need to update my Discord server. I'm going to probably delete some channels. I'm going to probably redo some other stuff. Like I've got the idea chest, I've got the creative rooms, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's that. So considering if we are going to actually update the, if we're going to actually make the races, I'll need also turnarounds for them. No, we won't actually. We'll need just 3-4 view for them. Yeah, for races we'll need just 3-4 view for them. But I'm going to like play with the shapes and whatnot, or rather just show like design for rules for humans, which is going to be like the general like base for races, and then I'm going to play with the shapes. So like we will have a bit more idea for that. So that's going to be it. And that will make things faster. And after we are going to finish that, we're going to also plan out classes for every, like, because we are going to have male and female from each race and from each class. So we are going to have, first we are going to like design humans, like male and female. After designing humans, male and female, we are going to go to like playing with shapes, changing those like basic human shapes. We're going to go for like testing things out, trying to figure out how elves should look like, so that'll be it. And yeah, I think we're on really good direction to like start finishing stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for this Saturday because of the Lego Batman we are going to play. I'm a huge fan of Lego games. Lego Batman is also tricky because it has 4 chapters, but then it has 4 more chapters as villains. Like we are redoing the story, but as the evil guys, and yeah, that's that. And we are going to just play through the game. I don't think we're going to like gather up 100% of it. The game itself is not really that long. I also need to make like how long to beat. Yeah, like I want to have an account for that. Wait, if I do login, no, okay, so I need to like do that. Okay, so basically I think it's because it's going to like work kind of like a thing, you know, kind of like my animalist. And I want to like start doing that. Yeah. Just create an account. Yeah, games. Yeah, so basically I'll be able to like catalog my games. Okay, I'm just going to do that then. I really want to like, I really like to catalog things, so that'll be that. And yeah, folks, that'll be it. I'm going to make manga scenarios after the stream. I'm going to probably also eat some instant noodles today, or actually I'm going to get myself a coffee and 2 donuts because I've got some donuts. And we're going to work on, I'm going to make first 3 scenarios. I'm going to make planning for one more thing, probably catch up with the commissions, see what people are saying, finish one commission, probably check if another commission is confirmed. If yes, I'm going to make flats. That's also going to be really easy. Send like flats, you know, version with all the flats on to the client. And so that's the thing, like I am zooming through things and I really like that. And I think if I'm going to have enough time, I'm going to start working on some more things basically. So that'll be that. But yeah, folks, you know, I have to admit, like, it's very, I'm really sorry that I didn't really finish this illustration. I know that some would have waited for it. I'm going to redo it, right? Like keeping in mind shading like this and just trying to work through stuff. That's I think it's going to be much more fair towards me and towards y'all if I'm going to actually work out a fresh illustration, you know. I want to start using more 3D for that, you know, for the whole thing. With my Moku jeans, I think it's going to be much, you know, much easier for things. You know, I think it's going to be much easier for things. It's going to be much better for us to work through things and just basically have more fun with like projects, right? So because I also want to redo my folders, I want to archive what I've got so far. And I want to do a bit more things. So I'm starting to work on things. I'm starting to use like, you know, Word documents. I'm going to also make the first you know, connections. So like volume 1, character connections, Excel file, right? Because that's the thing. Character designs, we're going to of course work on the character designs. And we're going to slowly operate on the comic book. I'm going to do those redesigns. I'm going to make the scenarios off stream, because it's going to be way faster for me to work on those off stream than fighting on them on stream. I also feel like again, like I feel like writing is not really your cup of tea. I feel like playing some games from every now and then, and mostly like drawing is like the jam that we can go for. Although I feel like we are not going to stream the games. What I'm going to do is actually going to be recording the games and posting them as videos. I feel that's also going to be much better. And I think I'm going to record the Lego Batman tomorrow, and we're going to draw. And I think that's what's going to happen. Like I'm going to make one day of recording, make videos, post those videos. I'm going to make recording for the games. I'm going to also have a day to record Davis's Art Academy, and that's going to be it. But no further ado. Like I've made some updates, I've made some talk. I'm going to end this stream. I'm getting packaged. I'm going to eat. I'm going to prepare stuff, close off making the manga scenarios, do the planning, work on the commission to close things off, and we should be dandy. One way or another, I'm going to try to zoom through my projects, try to zoom through my my stuff, and I think we are going to do great things. Anyway, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.